and welcome. This is Dr. Suzanne, and today I would like to talk about a very simple topic, and the video is going to be very short. When to make love. Okay, it doesn't really specify if you're a first time maker, if you have never done that before, and it's done on purpose because I want to cover all those situations, if I may say. Okay, so I'm going to give my opinion, and you have to remember that opinions are like noses. Only the person who has the nose can use it. So it's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me, but you can listen, okay? So first of all, when to make love, you have to understand that there's a difference between making love and having sex. I personally prefer to make love. You can look it up for yourself. Okay, so if you are a young girl and you are a virgin, ideally you want to stay virgin until your marriage. Okay, that's what I encourage, because intercourse is not just a physical exercise, it's very, very spiritual. So if you don't understand what you're getting into, you can make a lot of soul ties that you will regret later in life. So it's better to, just keep to yourself, as I usually say. If you are a married couple, there's really no rules. You can make love whenever you want. Unless you are fasting, or unless you are sick, or maybe you have your periods and you don't want to do that. But married couple, this topic is not for them. There's no restrictions. If you are lovers means you are not married. Maybe you are engaged, maybe you just boyfriend and girlfriends. So if you have never had intercourse before, look, I know Steve Harvey says to wait 90 days. Okay, so if you just met, let's say you met on a website or wherever, so you, the lady, have to wait 90 days before you give yourself to the man. Some people say wait 6 months. Some people say wait 1 year. It really depends on what people want to do. Sometimes you have people who just go the first night. Everyone is different. Like I said, I'm just giving my opinion, and you do what you want with that. But I would like to insist on 5 reasons why you should not make love with a guy. And I'm speaking to women, right? This channel targets women. Sorry, guys. Okay, so number 1, if you are in the process of splitting, either you are breaking up with a guy, or you are divorcing, or you are you are in separation, I would advise not to have intercourse with the person, because that will just create a little bit more confusion in your thought process. Okay, so, and you also don't want to mix up, like you are divorcing but you still sleeping with the guy, your husband, your soon to be ex-husband, and you meeting someone else and you're also sleeping with that person. No. If you're divorcing, if you're breaking up, just break. You break everything. No intercourse, no intimacy, no nothing. Okay, number 1 reason. Second reason is if you are sick. Okay, you don't want to have intercourse if you are sick. If you have your periods, you don't want to have intercourse, and that's very biblical. Okay, some people don't really follow the rules of the Bible, and they do what they want. But to me, it's important not to have intercourse when you have your periods. And then you increase the risk of infections because your womb is just opened to anything that can come in. It's really not recommended, okay? It's not hygienic, it's not spiritually clean, and you can expose yourself to infections very quickly. And you have to know that when you have intercourse with a guy, you are the receiver. You receive his sperm. His sperm is pure DNA. And that DNA is going to mix up with your blood and enter in your own DNA. So when you have intercourse with a guy, you have to know that you will receive his DNA, and that DNA will stay in your system for some time, okay? If you have continuous intercourse with the person, it might become permanent, all right? Remember that. Number 3 reason you don't love the man. If you don't love a man, don't have intercourse with him, because it's going to deplete you. You might not see it, but spiritually you are being depleted and your soul is not going to like it, okay? So if you don't like a man, don't don't, you know, I know people are different, but that's my opinion. And the 4th reason, if the man does not make deposits in your life. And what are the deposits? The deposit could be spiritual, emotional, physical, and financial. Women are receivers, and the way you assess that someone cares about you is the deposits they make in your life. So if it's, let's say, spiritual, they will cover you, they will pray for you, they will pray with you, they can give you advice that are biblical, you know, those are spiritual deposits. Physical deposits would be helping you physically, you know, like maybe helping you fix something, helping you carry stuff, you know, just physically being present there. Emotionally, it would be checking on you, figuring out how you're doing, and making sure that, you know, everything is going well there. And then financially, obviously, you understand what it means. Women's love language is we love money, we love gifts, we love attention. And the gifts don't have to be super expensive. It's just the thought that, oh, you know, you were thoughtful, you went, you purchased something, and you gifted it to us. That's what matters. So if a man does not make any of those deposits in your life, I would say hold on. Don't. I would say don't. Because when you have intercourse, when you're making love, you as the woman, you give so much. You give that person access to your soul. You give that person access to your spiritual gifts. You give that person access to your wealth. You give that person access to your aura. You are giving so much. The person is making withdrawals, right? But if the person does not make deposits in your life, you are the big loser. So don't. Just, you know, just be nice. Just, you know, talk with them, you know, be nice, but don't, you know, detach yourself, cut them off, move on, whatever you have to do. If a man does not make deposits in your life, it means he's not interested in you. Okay, move on. And then the last reason, which for me is I would say the most important, if you are spiritually unequally yoked, do not have intercourse with that person, because you will inherit their spirits. You do not want to be yoked with someone who has a different spirit than yours. Remember, the Bible says that when you come together, you become one. It means you're sharing a lot of things, not just the fluids. You're sharing a lot of things. So if the person is unequally yoked spiritually, don't even try, just move on. Okay? Well, thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.